Shutdown is affecting hundreds of thousands of federal workers who are going without pay, and the IRS says it plans to furlough more than 34,000 employees, effectively shuttering taxpayer call centers. And more jobs are set to get slashed as pressure builds to reopen the government. So let's bring in CBS News business analyst and my friend Jill Schlesinger to talk about this. So Jill, this is kind of crazy. I mean, let's first talk about the IRS and these major cuts that are happening where we might see people not being able to prepare their finances. I know you're a big purveyor of online, go online.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, it is a problem when you have people who are not familiar with the IRS system. They haven't set up their security yet, so it is a problem. A couple things about the IRS. Number one, they do expect you to keep paying. So anybody who's making a payment that's due October 15th, we have some people who are on extension. Remember those extensions from 6 months ago? You better submit. Number two, if you're on some sort of installment plan, you owe the IRS money and you've set up a plan, you got to keep paying. And number three, something that people don't realize, next week, when we should have been getting a CPI, Consumer Price Index report, that is the report that is usually the one that is used to figure out what inflation adjustments occur for next year for your income tax brackets, also for your Social Security cost of living adjustments. That's on ice right now. So it's all well and good to say we're cutting people, but it leaves hundreds of millions of people here in the U.S. without information, not the least of which, of course, is like trying to plan for the end of the year, trying to understand what those income tax brackets are for next year. It's really bad.
Yeah, but the point, of course, that you're making is that people should keep to their schedules and keep paying because no matter what happens with the government shutdown, they're expected to continue to make those payments. The other thing is, so how does this, so the Fed's supposed to meet to talk about interest rates. How does that happen when a government is shut down?
Yes, I don't know whether they're going to say, okay, we have enough private data, because there's alternative measures all over the place, right? We have it from big companies. We have it from providers like ADP that does that monthly private payroll report. There are other measures of inflation that we could look at. But, you know, when you think about the Fed, they like the government data. And I think that there is a possibility, depending on how long the shutdown lasts, that the Fed says we're supposed to meet October 28th, 29th. Maybe we'll push it off a week because we have to have the information. And I know we've already missed one jobs report. Next week is called the reference week. That is the week that the Bureau of Labor Statistics would normally go to gather the next employment report. So if we're shut down next week, then we don't have another report. We're done. And so that means we've missed two Labor Department reports. And I think without those reports, without inflation data, it does put the Federal Reserve on their back feet. Maybe they'll have an early Halloween. Maybe they'll just eat those Rolos and chill. I don't know.
Or Maltesers.
Yeah,
Maltesers.
could be.
I love Maltesers.
Yeah, there we go.
Jill, always good to see you here in Studio 55.
I'm
Come
happy
back
to be
more
here.
often. Yeah, it's great. Appreciate it.